Hi everyone! So this video is for those visa applicant that is planning to apply for a short-term visa to France. So specifically, this is for those who wanted to apply for a tourist visa at saka visit visa. So I'm going to mention lahat ng steps that you would need to do to be able to apply and how to submit your documents. And then on the second part of the video, I will be mentioning the list of the standard requirements o yung tinatawag nating mga major requirements that you will need to complete in your end to be able to have a higher chance on getting that visa approved. So the first thing that you need to do is to confirm first to yourself kung ano ba talaga yung magma-match dun sa purpose ng pagpunta mo sa France. So if you're really going to France for purely tourism, as in mamamasyal ka lang, wala kang kakilala, wala kang kaibigan, or kung sino man na bibisitahin sa France, then you can apply for a tourist visa. Now, if you have anyone that is inviting you to come over to France, someone that is a resident of France, national, either it's a family, partner, or a friend, then that's the time that you will be applying for a visit visa. Again guys, when it comes to visit visa, ang pwede lang mag-invite sa'yo is someone that is legally living, have residence, or a citizen of France. If your partner or your inviting person dapat is hindi resident or walang proof of residency sa France, then therefore hindi ka pwedeng mag-apply ng visit visa. So let's say nakapili ka na what visa category between the two you will be applying. The second step that you would need to do is to create an account at the France visa portal. So from this portal, you would need to create a new account, and ito din yung account na gagamitin mo to be able to answer the application form. At the end of the steps dun sa portal, they will send you a list of complete requirements based on the visa category that you will be applying. Because if you will notice, unlike sa ibang website ng mga embassy, some other like countries like Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, from the embassy website, there is a complete list of requirements that is ready for the visa applicant to just download. So mabilis siyang makikita at mabilis malalaman ng applicant kung ano yung mga documents na kailangan niyang i-complete. But with France, if you will have time to check the website, hindi sila nagpo-provide ng complete list ng requirements. So I will have in the description below yung complete steps on how you can create an account with France portal, or I might make a video soon. Let's say you were able to already create an account. So the next steps that you would need to do is to book an appointment. Of course, hindi sila tumatanggap ng walk-in. So you need to make sure that you have an approved appointment. As early as 6 months, you can apply for a visa, but it is actually mahirap kasi hindi available yung appointment or yung pagbubook ng ganun kaaga. I would advise to book an appointment, let's say 1 month before your travel date, or 2 months or 1 month before your travel date, to make sure na meron kang date na makukuha. Pero pag tinry mo yung 6 month, I don't think you will be able to get an early appointment as early as that. So if you wanted to know the step for setting up an appointment with VFS, kasi even you already created an account with Visa France portal, another account is needed to be created dun sa VFS. So I will have a link on my previous video up here regarding the steps kung paano ka makakapag-book ng appointment through the VFS website. So let's say okay na yung appointment mo. The next thing that you would need to do is to attend your appointment personally. So make sure na you have enough time from the day na nag-book ka ng appointment na makukumpleto mo lahat ng requirements dun sa visa checklist. On the day of your appointment, that is the time na ibibigay mo sa kanila lahat ng requirement. That is also the time that you will need to pay for the visa fee and the visa service fee. And they will also get your biometric, and at the same time you will need to surrender your passport. Once the passport is in the embassy na, hindi mo yan pwede bawiin just because you have an upcoming trip. So I would suggest na if you plan to go on any countries, magbabakasyon ka muna bago ka pumunta ng France, gawin mo na yon bago ka mag-apply ng visa. Kasi once you give them your passport, yun na yun. You would really need to wait until they give you your passport back together with the visa or together with the denial letter. So, wag naman sana. Dun pala sa mga nagtatanong kung magkano yung visa fee. The visa fee is 80 euro. So, from local currency, it's around 4,700. Beside the visa fee, you would need to pay the visa service fee, which is 1,798. If you wanted to confirm that, you can find it in the VFS France website. And then yung fee for all the visa. After that, once they have your document, all you need to do is track your application. So, normal visa processing is 15 days. If you're lucky, you can get a result earlier than 15 days. If not, ang pinakamatagal na waiting for short-term visa is up to 1 month. So, the last step is for you to get the passport. So once there already a result, the embassy either send you an SMS, text, meron ng result, or basta dediretso na lang yung passport mo sa bahay mo, or you will need to pick up your passport sa BFS France. So we go dun sa second part ng video natin, which is yung mga standard requirements that you need to complete to be able to apply for a tourist or visit visa. So guys, itong mga i-mention ko na requirements is requirements na nilist ko in my end regarding din sa mga requirements na nakikita ko from other embassy and some of the requirements that I got from some of my applicants na nag-apply sa France embassy. Because like I said, hindi nyo makikita yung complete list of requirements sa website nila. Take note of this or just check my description and I will take note of nung mga requirements na i-mention ko. So the first requirement is the application form. Like I said earlier, yung application form is sasagutan nyo online and you can answer it dun sa France Visa portal. So once you have your account created, dun ka na rin magsasagot ng application form mo. Make sure na tama lahat ng sagot. Make sure tama lahat ng spelling. I-double check nyo kung kailangan, triple check gawin nyo. Hindi pwede na mali-mali ang sagot mo sa application form mo kasi dyan din sila magbe-base. So, the second requirement is a 2 recent ID picture. Regarding the format for France, I will have a link in the description below so that you know kung ano yung tamang format for your passport size picture. The third requirement is your passport and copies of your previous visa. So the passport should have at least 3 months beyond the return date as required, and the passport should at least have 2 blank page. So guys, make sure the passport does not have any damage. If mag-expire na yan, make sure to be able to renew it before mag-apply ka ng visa. Aside from bringing your passport, your current passport, make sure that you also bring your old passport with you if you are someone na nakailang beses na pagre-renew. Especially if those old passport has old travel stamp dun sa mga frequent traveler dyan. So, also make sure that you photocopy yung bio page ng passport nyo, meaning yung page where you can see your details. Photocopy the back page kung saan makikita yung parang contact, emergency, something, and then yung signature. Make sure may sagot yun and photocopy that, as well as all the travel stamp, previous visa that you have on your current passport. No need to photocopy yung old passport, but you do need to bring them just for them to check yung mga previous travels nyo. So we go to the next requirement, which is your flight itinerary reservation. So for the flight itinerary reservation, this is just a reservation. Hindi siya fully paid, hindi siya totoong ticket na bayad na. I would advise not to buy a real ticket agad if you're just applying for a visa. Why? Because there's no assurance that your visa will be approved. And there are some airlines that does not issue a refund if ever hindi matuloy yung flight mo. So it will be like a total waste of money. So I would advise to just have a ticket reservation, which you can do directly from the airline. But most of the time, those ticket is only valid for 24 hours. Maximum probably is 48 hours. So in this case, I would advise to get a dummy ticket because most of the time, dummy ticket is valid up to 2 weeks. So if you don't know any website or anyone that is providing a dummy ticket, I do provide dummy ticket on my website. So if you're interested with that, if you need it, again guys, my dummy ticket can be used for your visa application or it can also be used for the immigration. If you need like a return ticket para ipakita sa immigration, then my ticket is good for that. So I will have a link of my website in the description below. And if you wanted to know more about dummy ticket, like paano siya nagwo-work, or basta any information about dummy ticket, I will have it up here, my previous video regarding that. So yeah, we go to the next requirement, which is your complete travel itinerary. So this is a day-to-day itinerary. This is very important for those applying for tourist visa because of course kailangan makita ng embassy yung day-to-day plan mo. The itinerary should include your accommodation, your activities per day, and the places that you're planning to visit, and the date. So if you wanted to know the format for the itinerary or how to make an itinerary, I have a video for that. I will have it up here. Just watch that video and it will guide you through the process. Or if you're having a hard time creating one, again, visit my website and I do offer a service for the itinerary. Now, the most common question that I received for day-to-day itinerary is para sa mga nag-a-apply ng visit visa. They're asking if do I need to have a day-to-day itinerary if I'm applying for a visit visa, and all I need to do is, all I want to do is stay sa bahay ng partner, or ayaw ko naman masyadong gumala. Again guys, same with tourist visa. If you are applying for a visit visa, you still need to make a day-to-day itinerary. I always advise my applicants to make a day-to-day itinerary because kailangan makita ng embassy yung plans na gusto mong gawin while you're in Europe. And if you're applying for 90 days, 80 days, or 70 days, and hindi ka gagawa ng itinerary just because hindi ka naman lalabas ng bahay, hindi mo mapapaniwala ang embassy that you will not be going out of the house for the entire duration of your stay. Because you're already in Europe. Like, if you don't have plans to go anywhere, then why go to Europe? If you only wanted to be with your partner, I think it would be best to just have your partner visit you in the Philippines. Make sure to make an itinerary. But if you do not want, it's up to you. But again, for my applicants, I always advise them to make their itinerary. It's still your choice. So yeah. The next requirement is a proof of accommodation. For tourist visa applicant, the proof of accommodation can be your hotel reservation, Airbnb, apartment, or any proof na meron kang reservation to cover yung whole duration ng stay mo sa France. You can book and reserve a hotel without actually paying for it. Recently, I made a video on how to do that, and it's really good when you're just applying for a visa kasi hindi mo kailangan magbayad agad. Kasi again, pag nagbayad ka, baka hindi mo makuha yung full refund pag na-deny yung visa mo. So, you can follow the instruction on my previous video on how you can get a free hotel reservation. And for those applying for visit visa, for the proof of accommodation, of course, since you have a host or an inviting person, you need to make sure that your inviting person will write a informal invitation letter. In that informal invitation letter, naka-explain doon why he is inviting you, ano yung relationship nyo, ano yung plans nyo gawin, and so on. So if you wanted to know the format for the invitation letter, I will have again a link in the description below for the old video na ginawa ko noon regarding sa format. Now, the important requirement for visit visa for France is that your host will be able to provide you the attestation d'acquis, or ito yung reception certificate. It is a form that proves yung accommodation mo sa France during your whole duration of stay. So if you wanted to know where to get it, have your partner visit the municipality where he's registered and just request for the attestation d'acquis. And then make sure that that form will be stamped by the consulate and be presented when you enter the country. So this form need to be sent to you ng original. Hindi pwedeng scan. Pwede if the consul that will be reviewing your application is not that strict. I think they will accept it. But based from my observation dun sa mga previous applicant ko, they always request for the original form. So make sure to have that. So yeah, yun yung pinaka-importanting documents na kailangan manggaling sa inviting person mo. And beside that, yung mga supporting documents such as yung passport copy, resident ID, proof of like rental contract ng apartment, and so on. We go to the next requirement, which is the travel visa insurance. So for the insurance, make sure it's accredited in France and it will be able to cover the whole duration of your stay. So if you're applying for 80 days, make sure the insurance is good for 80 days. But for best practice, I would advise that you dagdagan nyo yung days na i-cover ng insurance. So for your example, if you're applying for 80 days, it would be best if you buy an insurance that is good for 85 days, something like that. So it will also cover the days that you will be traveling in and out of the country. The next requirement is a cover letter stating the purpose of the visit in France. It should have a brief description of your itinerary and the purpose of your visit. I don't know how many times I already explained and emphasized the importance of having a cover letter. A cover letter is one of your documents na talagang magigain ng trust or ng approval sa embassy when it comes to your visa. Because it's your only way on explaining to the consulate the purpose of your visit, and this is a letter na you can explain to them the assurance that you will be returning to your home country, and this is also the letter that can explain all the documents na ipapasa mo sa kanila. So if there are some documents na hindi mo maisasubmit, if may mga documents na kulang ka, for example, wala kang ITR, wala kang COE, wala kang work, or anything na wala ka, all you need to do is to make sure to explain that to your cover letter. Again, make sure that you have a good cover letter. Ang daming nadi-denied just because they don't have a cover letter, or they do have a cover letter but it's so basic and doesn't even have the information that should be written on it. So if you wanted to know how to make a cover letter, how to write a good one, and what is the format or what are the things that should be included in the cover letter, please do watch my previous video on how to create a cover letter. Or if you are really someone that is having a hard time creating letters because you don't have experience or masyadong wala kang time and nahihirapan ka mag-English and so on, again, I do have a website. I do have a website where you can avail my service and I will write your cover letter. I will send you forms wherein you can explain to me yung mga information that you would like to include in your cover letter, and I will do the rest. And all you need to do is wait for the letter, and then in the end, you just need to sign it. So yeah, please do visit my website, or also you can message me directly to explain yung mga background nyo, or if meron kayong inquiry or any question regarding it, just message me there or email me. Next to the cover letter is a proof of sufficient financial means. This is very important. Of course, you need to make the embassy believe that you can afford to travel to France, and traveling there is not so cheap. So if you only have 50K, I don't think you will be able to enter France unless you're only planning to stay there for a day. So yeah. If you're applying for a tourist or visit visa and you have a sponsor, then you need to make sure that you will be able to get all the supporting documents coming from the sponsor para mapatunayan na may magsusupport sa travel expenses mo during your whole duration of stay. Now, if you have a sponsor but you still have your own money, kahit hindi ganun kalaki, I would advise that you also show your proof of financial means. Show all your bank accounts just to make sure na mapapakita natin sa embassy na hindi ka nakaasa, basta nakaasa lahat sa sponsor mo. That you can also support your expenses, or kahit pang bili lang ng mga pasalubong or yung mga pagkain na mga snacks, merienda, ganun, kaya mong i-afford. Hindi ka zero balance talaga. But if you are someone that does not have a bank account at all, or yeah, you just don't have enough money to go to France, it's okay. I mean, you still have a chance. I mean, of course, if your dream is to really come to France, it can be possible as long as you have a sponsor. So again, for those of you who have a sponsor, make sure that you request a sponsorship letter, a scanned copy of the passport, a scanned copy of the residency, proof of work or yung income ni sponsor, his bank account, and again, the attestation d'acquis should be provided. So this is not just a proof of invitation but also a proof of sponsorship. So if wala ka namang sponsor, actually guys, hindi required na meron kang sponsor. You can apply without a sponsor if you know to yourself naman that you can afford your own travel expenses. If you have a business, you have a job, or you have enough savings, then you can afford it. No need to have a sponsor. Again, it's not required. It's not a requirement. So if you will be supporting your own expenses, make sure to show your bank certificate, bank account certificate, and 6-month banking statement. But I highly advise that you also show 1-month banking statement instead of 6 months. This is to show to them na talagang you have an income coming in and out every month. May dumarating talaga na pera and it's your money talaga. So again, make sure to also provide all the accounts that you have. If you have 3 bank accounts, 1 credit card, or managerial check, or anything, pakita nyo yon. So at least mapuprove natin na kaya nyo talagang isupport yung mga expenses nyo. So we go to the next requirement, which is the proof of civil status. So ito yung birth certificate, marriage certificate, senomar, if your partner died, that certificate, if you're separated or divorced, then divorce certificate. So yun lang yun. Then the next requirement is your evidence of employment. So this is for those proof of employment, business, if you're someone that is studying. So ito yung mga yun. So if you are employed, make sure that you request a certificate of employment to your employer. And the certificate of employment should include your employer's full name, complete address, telephone number with area code, details regarding your position, your income, and your employment duration, especially yung position mo dun sa company. The next supporting documents is your current bank statement. If yung company mo is nagpo-provide ng sariling bank account, then you show that. But if you only have your own savings, that is fine as well. Make sure to also provide 3 months recent payslip, and then approved leave permission letter or yung no objection letter. Guys, it is very important if you are employed to have an approved leave of absence letter na inapprove ng employer mo or ng boss mo or kung sino mang nag-approve ng leave. Kasi, if you do not have this, hindi mo mapapatunayan sa embassy na pinayagan ka ng work mong magbakasyon. At kung hindi ka nila pinayagang magbakasyon, baka hindi ka rin papayagan ng embassy na magka-visa. Because of course, meron kang responsibility sa Pilipinas na may iwan, which is your work. So yeah, make sure to have that. And then for those people that is self-employed who have business, make sure that you will be, nalimutan ko pala. If you are employed, make sure that you have an ITR or your income tax return. And then yeah, we go back dun sa mga visa applicant na may business. Make sure that you have all the complete documents for the proof of business, which is yung DTI registration, BIR, again, income tax return, your business bank account, or yung proof ng income per year. Then, lastly is yung BIR receipt plate. Yung plate na makikita mo sa mga business, ipakita nyo rin yun by having it photocopied. So, the last is for those applicant that is a student. All you need to do if you will be applying for a visa or traveling during your school days, make sure that you have a approved leave of absence from your school or university, and then make sure to attach your school ID copy and then your proof of enrollment. Now, if you will be traveling during school vacation, you don't need the approved leave of absence because of course wala ngang pasok kasi bakasyon. But you would need to show your school ID and then yung proof of enrollment for the upcoming school year para makita ng embassy na babalik ka ng Pilipinas kasi ma-attend ka ng school mo when you come back. So again, this is not just a proof na estudyante ka, but it's also can be used as strong ties para sa mga student na applicant natin. So the last requirement is a proof of strong ties or yung proof of rootedness. So this is your proof na mayroon kang babalikan sa Pilipinas at may reason kang bumalik ng Pilipinas. This plays a really big part on your visa application. If you do not have strong ties, there's like 50 chance that your visa will be approved. So you need to make sure that you really have a good strong ties. Again guys, proven na to ilang beses na kahit hindi lang sa France, sa lahat ng embassy, if you do not have strong ties, lower chance na mabigyan ka ng visa. So again, make sure to work on this. If you are not aware if you do have a strong ties or not, I created a video regarding the strong ties. Baka naman kasi you have something na hindi mo alam na pwede mo palang gamitin. I mean, there are a lot of things that you can use when it comes to strong ties. Beside your work and your business, any asset, properties, investment, if meron kang mga plan, life insurance, anything na binabayaran sa Pilipinas, apartment rental contract, sasakyan. These are just the example, but there are a long list na hindi mo alam na pwede mo palang gamitin. So make sure to watch my previous visa regarding the strong ties, or if you wanted to clarify if pwede mong gamitin strong ties yon, you can have it in the comment section below. I'll try to answer if I see that, or message me directly in my Facebook or my email, and yeah, I'll respond if whenever I have time or pag nakita ko yung message nyo. So yeah. So yeah, I believe I was able to mention the standard requirements that you would need to complete. Again, beside this list of documents, this long list that I just mentioned, there might be other requirements that might be required for you to submit sa embassy. So, make sure, again, like I said in the first part of the video, make an account on the Visa France portal, and from there kasi bibigyan ka nila ng requirement checklist from their end. This is to make sure na yung mga sinabi ko at yung mga requirements na manggagaling sa embassy is kompleto, or baka naman may additional pa silang gustong ipa-provide sa'yo, then just add it. Again, it's better to have more than what they're asking for. So provide all the documents that you can, compared to just lacking a lot of documents. Kasi mas may higher chance na ma-approve ka kung labis-labis at kumpleto yung documents mo, compare sa kulang-kulang kasi talagang madi-deny at madi-deny ka. So yeah. Yun na yun. I do hope that you like this video and you find this helpful. If you are planning to apply for France visa anytime soon and you need assistance, if you are not aware or hindi mo naintindihan yung process and talagang hindi mo alam kung saan ka magsisimula, I do have this service in my website where you can avail the visa bundle or yung visa service package na ina-offer ko, wherein I will be doing all the major requirements on my end and sasabihan kita kung ano yung mga documents that you need to provide on your end. So yeah, I'll try to make everything easy for you. So make sure to message me directly in my website or order directly from my website. Please do give this video a thumbs up, and if you find this very helpful and you wanted to help others as well, please don't forget to share this video, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye! So long!
You know too much.
It's like 30 hours. 30 minutes.